All right, before I get into the settings on the accessibility features of the smartphone, I just wanted to quickly touch on one thing in particular is this camera that's been included now in all these devices, and it's just taken it to another level about what you can do with it. And that also including that the microphone input and sound out. It has changed the way we do a lot of things. And one in particular, for example, without the camera, Google Translate wouldn't be as good as it is. Google Translate lets you take a photo of text and then it converts that text into speech. I mean, these sort of things are really good and have great applications depending on the task that you're trying to achieve under the set model. Yeah, but I thought I'd just mention that, but let's move on and go through some of the accessibility features, or at least how you get in there, because there's one in particular I want to show you and how it pertains to the devices rather than the laptop or the desktop. Moving on. So you got your smart device, and what I want to do is something really quickly to show you is you've got this swipe up feature, and it brings up your Swiss Army knife of tools. I'm going to hit this one here, which is my screen capture one, and then we're going to go in the world of my phone recording what I'm doing. How cool is that? Let's do it. So I got my screen recorder on and jumped out of my little Swiss Army knife feature and gone into my big settings. So I'll just show you how to get in there. So that's your settings page that you open up. I'm going to scroll down till I get to accessibility. And you'll see that the accessibility features are broken into particular areas of need. So vision is one of them. I really like, you'll see already, I've tried magnifier, which is that one. Didn't do what I thought it was going to do, because really what I'm after is something to read. I want my screen to appear bigger. So for example, I've got larger text on, and you can see that this is probably different to your device. It's probably making this easier for this video actually. So that's a pretty cool one. We go down through hearing and physical and motor and general other. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, just to say if you've got an issue or a challenge that you're hoping there might be some accessibility assistance for you, make sure you check out in either device. I'm using the Apple one because it's just easy for me to do, and there's actually more functions in it to show. Make sure you check out what's in there. Even if you don't have a disability or an issue, it's worth checking out to know what your device can or can't do and make life a lot easier for yourself. One thing in particular I did want to show you, but in this instance, is the speech selection button. I find speech selection really useful, especially on a screen or even a tablet where you're having trouble reading the screen. It won't fit because the text size is too big, because that's what you need to see. Like I sort of do, and I won't wear glasses because I'm just like that. Let's get out of there and I'll show you what I mean. We'll open up an email. Yeah, that one will do. And we'll speak it.
Our favourite Netflix tips, tricks and recommendations.
Pretty appropriate for the moment, you'd imagine. So, I mean, you can go into bigger, and it'll actually read out lots of text. So you do a select all feature and then speak it.
Share this email on LinkedIn. Share this email on Twitter. Share this email on Facebook. Top 10 first quarter 2020
Pretty
inches
cool.
most
I reckon it is. So worth have a play around with that one. If you don't have the Apple set up, or you're stuck on a desktop and you're still thinking you're going to miss out on some of the tools and functions that are in there, don't panic. I'm going to show you a thing called Chrome extension that's going to bring all these devices together for you. Let's move on, have a look at that.